Beautiful people, what's up? I hope your year is off to a good start and you started off the year being a bougie soccer player, meaning you haven't been kicking it with people who have no goals. In the first show of the new year on The Undiscovered, we have a lot to unpack, so check out some of the hot topics on this week's show. I have highlights from some of the best games of the new year.
Why'd you have to do it like that?
Look, I'm unguardable, so if you want to guard me, it's expected for your ankles to be broken. Yeah. So
Real.
Keep sleeping on Sunnyside. We gonna turn it up for y'all.
We're going to give props to Melody Gutierrez, who's been dominating in the wrestling world. You know we have to highlight the academic excellence of the Lady Canes and other student athletes around Houston. Plus, we're going to talk about the new hallway practice trend. And with even more basketball, you can't change the channel because I'm going to highlight Telisha Brown's record-breaking season and give you an inside look at two of Heights' athletic programs and the swimming and basketball team.
They feel like they're confident enough right now, but they feel like they can beat anybody.
You see what we're working with on the show, so let's get to it. One of the hottest games in the month of January was the girls basketball game as Aldine went against Dekaney. You would have thought the game was going to be a snooze fest as the score was only 18-16 at halftime, but in the second half, the game was turned. In the third, the highlight of the game was the ankle breaker by Bobbiana Hill as she snatches the Dekaney player's ankles and doesn't even offer the girl a pair of crutches. Bobbiana, why you have to do it like that?
look, I'm unguardable, so if you want to guard me, it's expected for your ankles to be broken. Yeah. So if you sure you go check your ankles out at the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Despite Bobbiana rocking the gym, Dekaney took a 32-29 lead at the end of the third, led by Hannah Smith, who had 18 points and 4 made threes in the game. Then in the fourth, with the game tied, Bobbiana continued to put in work as she was the nails and Deja Adrian was the hammer as she closed the game with 9 points in the fourth and a game high of 28 points. Worthing versus Dekaney was another good game, as Worthing had arguably the greatest comeback of the season so far. Scarborough led by as much as 15 points and held the lead for the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth, Kobe Chapman brought the inspiration for Worthing, scoring 7 points, and Mark Dickerson brought the devastation, as his game high of 17 points was greatly needed. Worthing outscored Scarborough 22-9 in the fourth and eventually went on to win the game 58-54.
What's the message to the Worthing community right now?
Dub City.
Dub City! Dub City! Dub City! Dub City!
We've been right here for the past 10 games.
Hey, what Coach Lou said, where is it?
It's right here.
And now we here.
Smell it.
Right here.
We crossed that home.
Hey.
We coming. We coming.
Yeah, for real. Keep sleeping on Sunnyside. We gonna turn it up for y'all.
With the new year brought a new semester, and what better way to kick off the semester than with academic excellence. In the month of January, Myracle Lettrice from MacArthur High School and Jashon Palmer from Eisenhower High School received scholarships for being finalists for the Wendy's Heisman Award, which recognizes student athletes for their excellence in academics, athletics, and community leadership. Both Myracle and Jashon are outstanding student athletes. They're both academic all-district. Lettrice has 12 district records between volleyball and track, and she's also won a Spanish-speaking competition at the Aldine District Spanish Convention. For Jashon, some of his accomplishments are being captain of the football, golf, and track team, and he's also a winner of the Mayor Sylvester Turner essay contest. The Hightower Lady Canes also achieved academic excellence as 7 ladies on varsity had all A's and B's on their report cards to start off the new semester. And speaking even more praises to the program, ladies from the freshman and JV team were on the A and B honor roll as well. In addition to the classroom success, you can expect the Lady Canes to make a lot of noise in this upcoming playoffs. Tim Moore Jr. is another student athlete worthy to be praised for his book smarts. In January, Tim had Princeton stop by Madison to recruit him. And you know, to be recruited by Princeton, your GPA has to be up to the heavens. Tim has a 3.9 GPA and he's ranked in the top 5% of his class. Keeping it in Madison, the Lady Marlins basketball squad is doing the impossible. They finished the month of January undefeated in district at 12-0, but that's not what's impossible. What seems impossible is that the ladies are undefeated in district and they only have 5 players. Yeah, you heard me right. At games, their bench is this empty, and to prepare for not having subs, Coach Anthony Fields says the team runs a mile every day after practice to keep their conditioning up, and he doesn't make it a habit to call timeouts during games. This week's sponsor is Redney Mac's Catering Service. What sets this catering service apart from all the rest is that any Southern hospitality dish you can think of, Redney Mac's Catering Service can provide it. Their Southern food is so good, you can't eat it with your shoes on. You can book them today for your church events, wedding reception, family reunion, or any other special occasion. Be sure to follow them on social media, and remember, any Southern food you can think of, Redney Mac's Catering Service can provide it. In the month of January, there was a trend of indoor practicing going on, where the teams were practicing in the hallways because their practice location was preoccupied or whether the weather outside was bad. Teams found a way to practice, even if that meant doing it in the school hallways. Because of the weather, the Davis Falcons were in their hallway getting some pitching in. Baseball season is around the corner, and the Falcons set the tone to their season by not letting Mother Nature stop them from practicing.
Let's go, let's go.
Still in Aldine, the Lady Eagles volleyball team from Eisenhower are in the off season, and with basketball taking up the gym, here the ladies are making the most of their surroundings as they're strengthening their legs on the stairwell. And here against the wall, the ladies are trying to distract themselves from the pain of the squats. Take a listen. The Lady Wolves from Westside High School recently clinched their 3rd straight district title, and as you can see, it was well earned as the ladies are getting in a workout by any means. This video of the ladies conditioning in the hallways was in mid-January. Their gym was taken up by a wrestling match on a Saturday morning, but as you can see, that did not knock the Lady Wolves' grind. Keep doing your thing, ladies. Westside winning their 3rd straight district title probably isn't much of a surprise considering how good they are, but a team who has caught District 18-6A by surprise is the Heights Lady Bulldogs. The ladies have jumped from 15 wins last year to 20+ wins this year, and they're doing it with arguably the youngest and smallest team in the district. A 20+ win season by the Heights Lady Bulldogs have caught District 18-6A by surprise.
They've always judged us because we're a small team and we go in there and battle with them because they're all bigger than us.
The average height of the team is about 5'6", but with the ladies lacking size, they make up in confidence.
We are pretty small, so we say size isn't everything. Just because they're bigger than us doesn't mean that they're always going to win.
Because of the ladies' confidence in each other, they got a signature win over Bel Air.
I play multiple sports, and we've never beat Bel Air, so that was pretty big.
To go in there and win that game that we lost last year by 20+ and beat them by 20+ this year, it felt good.
With having our 2 starters, while we played them, I thought it was really great because it proved that we don't need specific people just to win, but we can win with everybody.
The makeup of the team is 7 sophomores, 1 freshman, and 1 senior. Majority of the ladies have been playing together since they were little, but despite their youth, senior Patricia knows the younger players are very special.
I'm just super, blessed, I think, to be on the team with some of these great basketball players. So.
Though it hasn't always been a 20+ win season for the Lady Bulldogs, Coach Arrington's dedication and commitment as a head coach is why the ladies are one of the top teams in HISD now.
A big thanks has to be said to Coach Arrington, just because, he's been here all my 4 years, and I think he's a great coach. tough on you like on the court, but he's always there for you. I think it helps all of us like excel as players.
Before I got the job, I heard a lot of things about then Reagan High School, and it was, you know, everybody, you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to do this? But if I ever wanted to prove myself, this would be the opportunity to do it. And it turned around in about 2 years. You know, we had a few down years in between those years, but we eventually got to where we are right now.
The Lady Bulldogs finished second in district with 24 wins. And the scary part about their success?
They feel like they're confident enough right now, but they feel like they can beat anybody.
1, 2, 3, Lady Bulldogs!
This week's sponsor is Redney Mac's Catering Service. What sets this catering service apart from all the rest is that any Southern hospitality dish you can think of, Redney Mac's Catering Service can provide it. Their Southern food is so good, you can't eat it with your shoes on. You can book them today for your church events, wedding reception, family reunion, or any other special occasion. Be sure to follow them on social media, and remember, any Southern food you can think of, Redney Mac's Catering Service can provide it. Still recapping the month of January, wrestling is slowly winding down, and a young lady who's been killing it on the wrestling mat is Melody Gutierrez from Northside High School. This season, Melody is wrestling royalty. At the start of January, she had a record of 29-1 and came in first place in a tournament at Clown Oak High School. She also got accepted into Ottawa University. The month of January also brought forth the soccer season, and a team that got off to a hot start was the Aldine Lady Mustangs, as they won the A-Leaf Classic Soccer Tournament and had 3 players in Miss Pamela, Miss Melissa, and Miss Gill be named All-Tournament. 3 more ladies to do big things in January were the freshman swimmers from Heights High School, who made history as they advanced to regionals for individual swim competitions. This was Heights' first time in 7+ years advancing to regionals for individuals, and freshmen Aaron Levy, Isabel Watness, and Lily Wise were the swimmers who made it happen.
It's an accomplishment because I feel like I worked hard.
My goal was to just make it to regionals, and hopefully I'll make it to state, but we'll see.
For me, it's an accomplishment. It's a pretty big accomplishment because it's my first year of high school swimming, and I'm really happy that I made it as a freshman to regionals.
Lily advanced to regionals in the 100 breaststrokes, Isabel advanced in the 50 freestyle and the 100 backstrokes, and Erin was a freestyle queen as she advanced in the 50 and 100 freestyle.
I feel like what makes me good is practicing outside of school and in school is like pushing me to do better and to work harder.
All 3 freshmen, including senior Alexis Ray, are also advancing to regionals in the medley and 4x50 relay.
Relays are more of like a fun event where obviously it's like you're like competitive about it, but it's more like, because swimming's more of an individual sport, but in the relays is really where you see that teamwork and that like unification coming together. So I find relays like really fun.
As the ladies get ready to head to regionals, they're hoping to keep making history.
Oh, our mindset is just to like go out there and try our hardest because we put in the practice, so we know we can do it.
Still on the topic of ending droughts, shout out to the Northside Panthers. For the first time in 22 years, the basketball team is making it to the playoffs. They're coached by Brian Shelton and have been at the top of District 23 5A all season long. To finish up the show, I thought that it was only fitting I saved the best for last as we highlight Telisha Brown from Wheatley High School. With this bucket, she reached her 2,000th career point. In January, Telisha led the nation in scoring and had a career high of 56 points. She also set a state record of 14 made threes in a game. Telisha is a candidate for the USA Today Player of the Year and Gatorade Player of the Year. You talking about balling out of control? Telisha embodies that phrase when she steps out on the court. I'm Edward McFarland Jr., and as the show comes to a close, I want you to enjoy some highlights from the month of January. I'll see you next time on The Undiscovered.
It's Curt with it, man. And I got my eye on the prize. I put it on the line. I took some falls and kept trying. I cannot fail, not this time. I took some L's and kept going. Wasn't no stopping the shine. Had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. I got my eye on the prize. I put it out on the line. I took some falls and kept trying. I cannot fail, not this time. I took the L and kept going, with no stopping to shine. I had to believe what I know. One day I get mine.
Stay in the yo, only way it's gon' go. After that, get paid for the show. Get paid for the tour, never take no manure. And we taking it to them. Bobble on the dash, but I'm still looking. Cause some cops out here, they still crooked. And most of they still rookies. They say the OGs, but they still I done came down like I got the right of way. Never give a heap of mind to what gotta say. Always keep my head up, looking for the brighter day. If you know it's about the money, then you know I'll find a way. A young scholar, trying to make a dollar. I'm always trying to get it, so come holler at your guala, man. Roll a lot of when it comes to the girls, then you know they it's quite dapper, a lot of rapper. I'm your next soon to be favorite backpack rapper. Give me a year, I'm a headliner reliant. I got the eye of a tiger and the heart of the giant. They say the rap game's packed, but I'm still defiant because I smoke that loud and these haters roll silent. Live.
And I got my eye on the prize. I put it all on the line. I took some falls and kept trying. I cannot fail, not this time. I took some L's and kept going. Wasn't no stopping to shine. Had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. I got my eye on the prize. I put it out on the line. I took some falls and kept trying. I cannot fail, not this time. I took the L's and kept going, with no stopping to shine. I had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. I took some L's and kept going. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. I had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. I went to looking and searching. What I found was me. I got to put in that work and I ain't talking hourly. I had to make a plan, I had to vision where I would be. I had to take a chance, couldn't keep living out cowardly. Jumped off the porch, never got out the street. Was done with the sports, trying to figure out how to eat. This how I turned out, I hope that you proud of me. Even when burnt out, I know I can't fall asleep. I got some mouths to feed, I got a house to keep. I got responsibilities, ain't no knocking me off track. I only talk facts, man, I'm really about that. You knew from a while back, ain't nothing new but the style. Yeah, I didn't grew from a child. Yeah, I matured, I was wild. Had to endure all the falls. Got us the tall, I had all. Been through it all. No, I can't stall. I'm staying in motion. It take devotion. Give me the ball. I'm playing and coaching. Get it away when you open. Switching your face who you holding. We take the shot or we go in. They tryna block us a goat and we scoring.
And I got my eye on the prize. I put it all on the line. I took some falls and kept trying. I cannot fail, not this time. I took some L's and kept going. Wasn't no stopping to shine. Had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. I got my eye on the prize. I put it out on the line. I took some falls and kept trying. I cannot fail, not this time. I took the L's and kept going, with no stopping to shine. I had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. I took some L's and kept going. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. One day I get mine. I had to believe what I know. One day I get mine. Yeah. Young